So hello guys, in today's video we will discuss about the group by and having clause, how we use it and how where clause and having clause differ from each other. So before understanding its definition, its query, let's jump into its definition and after understanding its definition we will discuss about its query. Okay. So for that, basically group by is a clause just like the where clause, but the main purpose of the group by to basically group the similar kind of data. So for that, what we do first, we will understand its definition. The group by clause is used to group rows that have the same values in specified column into summary rows. So it is often used with aggregate function. So basically aggregate function are those function those basically gives a single value. For example, if we check count, so count will give all number of count that we will uh, group by, and sum will give all amount that we will add or any value that we will add. So all of these aggregate function only they will provide only one value. So first of all, let's understand the group by syntax, then we will write its query. So basically select, this is a fixed keyword for getting some data, and then after column, whatever column you want, and after aggregate function, basically the main purpose of the group by to find any aggregate data, count, sum, average, min, max, these kind of aggregate function. Okay. And then we have to specify which columns data, aggregate data we want to find. Then from, and here we have to give table name, here then condition, group by, then column name, from which column, which specified column you want data in a group format or as a aggregate function. So let's jump into its query. So before understanding it, let's create one database that I have already created. So you should create by this query, and then for entering this database, we have to use order management. Then after we have created one query that is related to order. So just control and click. This is the query for saving our time. Then after we have insert five data inside this table, insert control enter, and for sort running the query. Otherwise, you can run from here as well. Okay. And then after what we do, we will basically find group the data and find average of each laptops. Okay, find the average of each laptop's price. Okay, so for that what we do, select um, product, and here what we do, sum and price from orders, group by product. Okay, and then what we do, we will basically print it as a as total. As basically gives the alias, so when it will gives the total sum, it will give the as total, it will hold. So then control, then enter. So here you can see that inside our orders, okay, inside our orders basically there are two types of product. First is laptop, second is mobile, and and after it, three, four, five, there are only mobile or a laptop. So what it will do in this query, so first it will check product. First, when we write this query, so first it will go from orders, and then it will check group by. So from which we want to group. So it will check that based on the product. So it will see that where is product. So first of all, it will go in product and check all the product. So there is only two types of product, laptop or mobile. So it will first create like array. So what it will do, it will basically take laptop and inside it, first for first row, and then after what it will do, it will basically for the basically we have used here sum. So what it will do, it will first of all laptop, for example, for first is 60,000, then in second 1,20,000, and again 60,000. So it will add all laptops, so it will be 2,40,000. And then after for again second, it will again see that there are only two mobiles, that difference from the laptop, that's why it has created the another row, and it will add 30,000 plus 15,000, so it will become 14,000. mobile. So 45,000. Okay, and after it what we will do, we will basically print that product is this, and sum as we have given total, so it will holds in a total column. Okay, so I think you have understood how group by works. And then after what we will do, basically we will understand after this group by command. There is some group by related to department as I described, select department, but in our case that it was the order, and we have used some. And similar like some, we can also use, select product average of price as a- average from orders group by product. Okay, so it will give the product average. Basically, as you can see that here it has given the price total 2,40,000, and we will divide it by 3, so it will become 80,000. And for the mobile it is the 45,000, and we will divide it by 2, so you can see that 22,500. So this is the query for output of this. And similar average we can also use, uh, min, max, whatever you want based on your demand you can use it. Okay, these are the aggregate function. Then after having and where, so basically inside the group by there is one condition based, that is having. So basically where condition, before this video we have understood. If you have not watched it, so first of all you should watch that video, and then let's understand having. So basically having always works with the aggregate functions. So aggregate means whatever we have taken as a group by column, so we will always use having with that column only. So for example, select, basically for this just see what we do, we just count. Okay, product, so here is 3 laptop, so it will be 3 laptop as a count, and in mobile there will be 2 lap. Okay, so before that select product count product from orders group by product having, here we should use count. Otherwise here you can use at alias as count, and here you can use count is having count is greater than 2, and control enter. So here you can see that it has only given the laptop, it has not given the mobile. It is because mobile count is equal to 2, but we want that having condition that count should be more than 2. So always focus that whatever you have used in the aggregate column, you should only use that through having. Here you can't use this like product only. Okay, then control enter. Here you can see it has not given anything. So the main purpose of the having to work with the aggregate function. So here you can take its count. If you don't have it given any alias name, so you should just directly count and product, and then control enter. Sorry, control enter. Yeah, here you can see that it has given the result. So I think you have understood what is the main use of alias. Okay, and then after, let's jump the difference between where and having. So basically as I told, having always works with the aggregate function, means group by, and where we can work with without using group by. Okay, and where always comes in before the group by or having. And yeah, let's yeah, we have understood this table. And aggregate function, as I told, select count. And apart from it, let's understand only aggregate function. So basically only we want this orders table, how many data, only count of total data. So what we do, select star, select count star as total orders from orders, control enter. Here you can see that it has provided only 5 orders, because inside the table there are only 5 rows, that's why. And apart from it, if you want to give any kind of condition where id is greater than 2, so it will provide only control then enter. So why it is there are not any kind of id column, so I think there will be order id. So before that, let's understand which one order id. Yeah, so there is no gap under. Yeah, here you can see that total three orders. And I think you have all understood what is the use of aggregate function. Without using any group by, we can also use group aggregate function. So here let's only understand aggregate function without having clause. Aggregate function, that is sum, max, min. So yeah, let's understand the min price. Select min price as or as minimum from orders. Okay, and here you can see that the minimum price is 15,000. And if we want to print order id or any customer name, so you can use it here. Okay, for example, customer name. And it is not a case sensitive, so you can write it as that you want, and control enter without group by. Okay, why it has not given? It is because we have used here two column. So if we delete it and then we will control enter, then it will give the minimum. Basically, if you want to use aggregate function with any other column, then you have to make sure that you should use group by and select max price as max from order. So it will give the maximum price. Yeah, here you can see the 1,20,000. So basically in this video we have understood the group by, how we use group by, then having, and aggregate function, how it internally works. So basically I think you have understood. So yeah, I think it's enough. Thank you.